Hello, boys and girls. Today I'm going to go over how you are going to do rocks and water experiment. Each of you has been sent this experiment in Google Classroom. And you can see you're going to first need to type your name where it says name. Then you're going to read the problem. What will happen when I put a drop of water on a rock? Will the same thing happen on every rock I try? So you're going to write a prediction. What do you think is going to happen to that drop of water? Is it going to just slide off the rock? Is it going to stay there? Is it going to change the color of the rock? Okay, write anything you think. And then do you think it's going to happen? Is the same thing going to happen to every single rock? So you are going to then type your hypothesis. When you get to school tomorrow, you will be working right here with these materials and this procedure. So you're going to use the same rocks you used when you did the colors and adjectives: slate, potassium feldspar, obsidian, sandstone, pumice, granite, milky quartz. You're also going to have a dropper, which looks like this, and you're going to have a bowl of water. Notice the water isn't very deep. I'm very nervous about the water being by the Chromebooks, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. You're going to get one rock. Okay, and before you do anything to that rock, you're going to scroll down and find your observation sheets. So right here, I see my observation sheet for slate. First, I'm going to make a hypothesis for each rock. Even though I've done a hypothesis back here on this sheet, I'm still going to predict each rock before I test it. So, will the water run off or stay on the rock? I'm going to type in. I think it will run off maybe. Will the water seep or absorb into the rock? So I'm going to say yes, I think the water will absorb into the rock. Will you be able to see a wet spot? I'm going to say no, I don't think you'll be able to see a wet spot. Will the water change the color of the rock? No, I don't think so. Once I have made all of those predictions on the computer, then it's time to predict. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my dropper, and as we did before when we worked with water on the wax paper, you're going to just squeeze the top of your pipette and you're going to put the water in here. Now as you can see, I don't know if you can see this on the video, but a lot of water goes in there. You don't need that much. You're just going to put a few drops, okay? Now I don't want to show you what's going to happen with slate, okay? Because I don't want to give that away for your prediction. So let me go ahead and just take a different rock, okay? This is just a rock that I had. You can see it's a little bit of a geode. I'm going to go ahead and just put, so what you're going to do is you're just going to put a couple drops, just a couple drops on that rock. Oh my gosh, look at that. So as you can see on this rock, this is pretty awesome. On this rock, the water did not run off, okay? As you can see, do you see how the water droplets are kind of spreading out? So it looks like the water is being absorbed right into that rock. It definitely is changing the color of the rock. And I would put that now when I go to fill in my spot here, once I do the experiment, I'm going to type in what happens here. Did the water stay put? Absolutely. Did the water run off on its own? No, not at all. Did the water seep or absorb into the rock? Absolutely, boys and girls. When I look at this from the side, there's just a little tiny bit of water droplets. Okay, I'll show you in a second. Did it change the color of the rock? Yes, and I would put it went from a light gray to a dark brown. Any other observations? Well, when I look at this rock, as you can see, boys and girls, I'm going to just turn it on its side, and what will happen is, as you can see, a little water is still there, so it doesn't absorb completely, but it absorbed a majority of it. So I'm going to say it did not absorb the complete drop, but it absorbed the majority of it. Okay, and when I am done with this rock, I'm going to very carefully try to dry it with a paper towel if I can. If not, I'll just put it back where it belongs. You are going to do that for every single rock: slate, potassium feldspar, obsidian, sandstone. You're going to scroll down on your computer and find pumice, granite, and milky quartz. And you're going to do that for all of those, making your predictions first and then doing the real test second. Again, I can't emphasize enough, we're going to have to be very, very careful with the water. All right? When you are finished, all your data will be below. and then we'll talk about the conclusion. But as you know, your conclusion is going to compare this hypothesis and each hypothesis you made. So you might find that you are correct with one rock, but not another. Then you're going to have to tell why. Why did it do what it did with some rocks and not others? So that's going to be a fun why in your conclusion. And then you're going to compare with your table mates and see how theirs is. All right, boys and girls, we will have a fun time with this rock and water experiment. All right, I will see you soon.